Panic is spreading among Russian residents in Crimea as well as Russian troops, amid fears that the collapse of the Kerch bridge means they are now trapped in Ukraine. Panicked residents in Crimea were filmed forming queues at petrol stations in a number of cities on the Ukraine peninsula. Russian authorities in the occupied peninsula have urged residents not to panic, amid fears supplies will run out. This comes after a truck bomb destroyed the only bridge connecting Russia to Crimea in an attack that cuts off the annexed peninsula from Russian reinforcements. Despite claims that there is no reason to panic, officials in Crimea have already started limiting locals to essential groceries of up to 3 kilograms. Reports from Russian-installed officials told Crimean residents not to panic since there are fuel reserves for at least 2 weeks. Sergei Aksionov, the Russian-installed head of Crimea, told Russian state Rossiya 24 that there should be no hike in fuel prices. However, footage quickly emerged of petrol station workers adjusting the price on offer outside the station. Queues were spotted at petrol stations in Yalta, Sevastopol, Simferopol, and other cities of the peninsula. There were also queues at the local port as residents rushed to get onto a ferry to Russia. All bus and train tickets to and from Crimea have been cancelled, according to Russian state media. Mr. Aksionov said, "We have food stocks for more than 2 months, practically in everything. There are no risks in this area. Work on repairing the Crimean Bridge will be carried out without any bureaucracy. We are practically starting today, as soon as the investigations committee and the FSB finish their work." Following the huge symbolic win for Ukraine, its defense ministry tweeted, "The guided missile cruiser Moskva and the Kerch Bridge, two notorious symbols of Russian power in Ukrainian Crimea, have gone down. What's next in line, Ruskies?" One video saw a Russian man living in Crimea saying, "The end of the bridge means that the ways of escape are now cut off." Ukrainian MP Marina Bardina tweeted, "The line for the temporary ferry that the occupiers have organized to attempt an escape from Crimea to Russia is already 3 kilometers long." Sergei Radchenko, a geopolitical professor tweeted, "The bridge is an escape route out of Crimea for its estimated 2 million residents. We can anticipate renewed desire to leave Crimea, potentially bordering on panic, now that this is shut off." Sir Lawrence Freedman, a retired professor of war studies at King's College London, remarked that beyond Crimea, Russian troops throughout Ukraine could now be in a great deal of trouble following the explosion. He said, "The Ukrainians haven't just targeted territory or attacks on individuals, they have attacked logistics, command and ammunition dumps. The Kerch Bridge itself is an example of that, so that they have a problem of resupply. Even when they've got an impressive group of soldiers who are still there, well armed and ready to fight back, they can't keep them going if they can't let stuff to them."